Yeah.
Well, there's a whole metagame there now
Yeah,
for the
shit.
backfighting.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things, too, that the game has changed so much. And it's one of those things that you really start to realize that the IBJJF rules are starting to become just antiquated. Because we were talking to the gym last night. I think ADCC has the best rules now.
Right.
We have some white belts. We'll kind of segue into talking about your competition because you're organizing the Singapore BJJ
Yes,
Open.
I am.
And so Stronghold's been open for 5 months about, and this is going to be the first tournament that we've gone to.
Sweet.
Which is fucking cool, right?
Yeah, super
but it's a lot of white belts because we just opened up. And then, I have some old students, some purple belts and brown belts and stuff that are also here. But mostly the new people that are going to compete, white belts. So I'm going over the rules with them, and I'm trying to explain what a sweep is and all that shit.
Yeah.
And some of these rules are fucking dumb. Like, for example, even Jake McKenzie used to tell me this. Like, he thinks that if you get the body triangle from the back, it should be an extra point. So that should be a 5-point.
So like 2 hooks in 4 points and body triangle 4 points.
Extra point. Extra point. One extra point.
Okay.
Which I think is moot because it's for sure
Plus
tighter.
one.
It's definitely one level more advanced than the 2 hooks. Because if I have the 2 hooks in, for example, I can't pummel with both hands to choke you.
Yeah.
Right? Because there's still enough room for you to move your hips.
Right.
If I have an over-under and I have a seat belt and both of my hooks are in, then I'm threatening your neck. If I go both over with just the classic back 2 feet inside, 2 hooks in, then you can start to spin.
Yep.
But if I have the body triangle on, I can definitely put 2 arms over top of your shoulder to start to hand fight you, and the body triangle will lock you into position. Yeah. So it allows me to get a double threat for the choke, and then because the body triangle is just so much tighter, it's hard to spin out compared to their traditional
Don't get
hooks.
any points for the body triangle.
Don't get anything.
IBJJF 0.
Zero.
You get 0. Yeah.
Which is crazy. And in fact, even if you take the back and you go straight to the body triangle, you don't even get the back points.
Yeah.
Because only the 2 hooks in is what gets you, which is fucking crazy. And then another stupid one is like, is like if I'm in the bottom side control and I just bridge you over and I get on top, that's no points.
Yeah.
Because I didn't pass the guard.
Yeah.
And a sweep requires to have some form of guard.
Right.
Which is fucking stupid. It's a
But
complete
you end up
reversal.
in the same position anyway.
Yeah, but it's a complete reversal.
Yeah.
Like the scale of dominance just shifted completely, like 180. You score no points for that, which is fucking crazy. If I pass your guard right off a takedown, I don't get any points for that. Yeah. Because I didn't pass your guard because you didn't have a guard. Yeah. But what? If I take you down and I go into your closed guard, or if I take you down and I go into your side control, I don't get any points for that? Are you kidding me? Like, that's
Major
crazy.
and I used to have like major discussions about this over some beers. So I feel a bit of deja vu. But yeah, I get what you mean. The thing is, IBJJF is so cemented in not just the local scene, but universally, right? If you, like, the world champion is IBJJF champion, right? So it's going to be hard to change the meta game, But yeah, I like the ADCC rule set. But the thing is, this is what the business of IBJJF is in. They're into making regular people feel badass. This is what I think. It's easy to pull guard and like attack submissions and attack sweeps, but it's hard to fucking wrestle, man. And that's what you got to do in ADCC. Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, they have the best rule set because they have the clean takedown. Right, the clean takedown is if I take you down immediately past your guard, that's worth more points. Yeah. Right.
4 points.
Which it should be the case. Yeah. There's reversals, which should also be the case, right? Like. Yeah. Again, same example. I'm in bottom side control. I bridge you over, get top side control. Yeah. That's a reversal. I mean, the fact that they don't have reversals scored as points is fucking insane. Like, how is that not? You can just add that now. Like, that's not a mind blower. Like, you don't have to. They just put so much emphasis on the guard. Yeah. Which is cool. I mean, it's important, but it's not all there is. You can still do stuff without the guard.
This is coming from a guy that competed IBJJF his whole life. Like, I started competing at 17 years old, IBJJF. So I think it allows you to play very deeply into a game that doesn't. Don't get me wrong, I love it. Like, I started off doing it, and I still think it's very viable. It's better than doing like karate point fighting, for example, right? But I think that there is room for improvement. When I first made the transition to MMA, I had so much trouble in just like playing the guard, for example, especially in the gi.
Like MMA guard, right?
Yeah, it's so different, man.
Then BJJ guard.
Yeah, so like all your De La Hiva, all your Berimbolo, that's like 70% of that is out the window. So yeah, even just that. And the whole meta is different as well. It's like, basically, when I was competing in white and blue belt, I would just pull guard. Basically, if I pull guard and you can't pass, I win. There's no other way for you to beat me, right? Yeah. Aside from an advantage, like a near pass. If I pull guard, I have all the submissions available. You don't have shit because you're not allowed to like heel hook, right? And
if you fall back for a leg,
2 points.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's 2 points if I get up. So if I pull guard and you can't pass, I win automatically.
That's why everybody pulls guard. It's just so much more advantageous for that scoring system.
Yeah. So like my guard got good, but like my takedowns can't single leg for shit, and yeah. Not knocking on IBJJF. I still think it's viable. I still think it's good. My tournament is run on IBJJF rules, but I don't know. I don't know if they're gonna change it. But if you want to do MMA, I should train some ADCC rules, bro.
Yeah. Well, I'm not opposed to. I don't think they need to reinvent the wheel.
Yeah.
But I think something like reversal points is just obvious. I mean, that's just obvious, right? Like, Jesus Christ, what are we doing? Reversal points have to be a thing. Like, every point doesn't have to come from the guard.
Yeah.
You know, there are reversals that you can do where you're not in the guard. I mean, for example, even something as simple as like, let's say I'm on the bottom turtle, right? Bottom turtle is a weak position. Someone could potentially transition to your back. Yeah. And some people can, threaten guillotine, darce, collar choke, any number of crucifix if you're major students or something, right? Yeah. Because they all have that rolling crucifix from the top
it's a tight
position.
Crucifix, man.
And something as simple as like wrestlers do this all the time, right? There's a whole system of moves designed to go from bottom turtle to top. Yep. Right. For example, peeking out, reshooting, where you just, you thread your leg through, you come back and you get the top front headlock. Yep. That is such a dominant switch. Yeah. You're basically going from being on the bottom where somebody can spin to take your back or threaten you with guillotine to being in the same position with them. Like, that's top to bottom. Yeah. That's top to bottom. Yeah. It's the same concept, right? Mm-hmm. I'm going from an inferior position on the bottom, and even according to like IBJJF scoring, that's kind of based on your ability to strike. Mm-hmm. I mean, listen, if somebody's sprawled on top of you, they can strike you to the side of the head, they can elbow you, they can threaten you. If it's one, they can knee you. Yeah. Right? I mean, that's a game changer. Weak position. Yes. If you can go from being bottom turtle to top, I mean, Jesus Christ, that's as dominant a switch as anything. Like, and then not to mention you can threaten the back. I mean, you can knee the fucking head.
Yeah. Pride. Like, headlock position and cradle position is a killer in 1FC. It's better than mount, I think. Yeah. Yeah. So, what do you think about if a guy gets mount? So like I pass you right away at mount, and you bridge over and I end up in close guard. Do you think the guy should get 2 points?
No, I don't think so. Yeah. Because there's a difference between an escape and a reversal. Yep. In my opinion, right? Like a reversal is like that, right? Mm-hmm. The one I just described. I go bottom side control. I bridge you off. I get top side control. Yeah. I go bottom turtle and I get on top in the sprawl position, right? Those are dominant. Those are reversals. If you mount me and I bridge you off, that's an escape. Yeah. Escape not the same thing as reversal.
I agree with you on this because I don't think you should get points after being mounted,
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, some of my students thought that was a sweep, and I have to explain, no, that's not a sweep. That's an escape. Yeah. You're obligated to escape. There's no offense from that. Yeah, I agree. That's just recovery.
It's like giving points for escaping, like back mount. Like, you shouldn't be in the position in the first place.
One thing I think could be interesting, and this is what they do in wrestling, is the only escape point that they allow is going from being on your back or being on the bottom to standing up clean break.
Okay.
I wouldn't mind that because what it would do is it would incentivize, first of all, the bottom person to also stand up. Right. Not just play guard. Right. If I stand up and I get away, because that's martial arts. Yep. That's martial arts. I don't care what your jiu-jitsu academy or your Muay Thai academy tells you. If you go in for self-defense and they tell you to play fucking guard off your back with somebody on top of you, play to like in close guard. Oh, you're just going to play guard when you're getting elbowed and punched in the fucking head
by 10 other people.
The number one thing you need to do is get away, stand up, and go get help. Yeah. So the martial arts code should value that very highly. Someone's on top of you. How do you safely get up, break contact, and get away? Yeah. So like that's huge. If they incentivize that, not only would it incentivize the bottom person also standing up, but it would also make the top person have to keep you down, which is a whole other part of gi jiu-jitsu that sucks. Yeah. Because it's like we slap hands, we fist bump, I play top, you play bottom, and then that's it.
You're obliged to play that
You're
position,
obliged to
right?
play. Yeah, you can just go there. But I don't have to do that. Like, you see the MMA, UFC, like just keeping people down becomes the whole game. Like freestyle riding. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So I think that should be the only escape point. So you get 1 point if you clean break because it benefits both sides, and then you should get reversal points for reversal switches with no guard in, right?
Yo, Luke, when I was just starting at MMA, like I said, when I was 19 years old, I was making the transition from gi jiu-jitsu, just got my blue belt, to MMA. That was hard, man. Like, just standing up was hard. Just keeping people down was hard, right? Just riding them and hitting them in the face. Yeah, so for sure, I think you should get points for standing up, but I don't think they'll ever do it.
Because jiu-jitsu, the god, boha, the quad. Dude, but it's martial arts. Yeah. And you think standing up if somebody on top of you is not a dominant exchange, like, man. And then because the weakest part of like jiu-jitsu specific stuff is that the bottom person just lays there. They only try to sweep you. That's the weakest part about it because, bro, if I get my elbow on the mat and I frame you, good luck holding me down.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not just going to sit back and just chill. Like, if you take me down and then the minute I'm posting, I'm on my elbow. And then you have to, like, break me down and control me. Like, that's the whole game.
Yeah.
So I think that they need to incentivize that. Just those little rule changes. They don't even have to change. They just have to add.
To incentivize that, right? They're not going to do it, though.
No, but that should be the fucking rules, man. That should be the fucking rules, man.